You know, it was Aristotle who said, "You are what you do most often." Excellence, then, is not an act, but it's a habit. And this young lady that is a recipient of this year's National Leadership Award truly exemplifies those words of excellence. And I can't wait for you all to meet her. So please welcome to the stage our recipient of the National Youth Leadership Award, Neha Shanavas.
My journey in substance misuse prevention began during my high school years at the Sport and Medical Science Academy in Hartford, Connecticut. During my sophomore year, Ethan, a fellow student, passed away from a fentanyl overdose at school. He was 13 years old at that time. It never occurred to me that somebody who walked the same halls and ate in the same cafeteria as me could just leave this world so suddenly. It hit way too close to home, and to be honest, it was a very scary moment. And I still remember a police officer helping me hold my coat as I walked into a baby pool filled with chemical solutions in case I happened to step in fentanyl that day. And they found a lot of it. Approximately 40 bags of fentanyl were found in our school across multiple locations. Additionally, 100 bags were found in the student's bedroom. I was trying to understand why we had had a substance misuse problem for such a long time, yet it took a young life lost to spur us into action when we should have been working to prevent this long before we lost a student. At SMSA, we lost a student, a friend, a part of our community. I felt powerless, but also determined. I didn't want to stand by and let that happen again. That moment inspired me to act and join the Governor's Prevention Partnership, which is funded by the Connecticut Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services, also known as DEMAS. The Youth Advisory Board is a statewide group of young leaders who support prevention efforts, develop professional skills, and serve as ambassadors for their peers in addressing substance use and other community concerns. It's on the board that I found a platform and never-ending support to turn my determination into tangible, positive change. I was also able to partake in the Speakers Bureau at GPP, which was a youth advocate-led group where I had the opportunity to testify for bills at the state capitol and share what had happened at my school to inform and engage legislators. They needed to hear it and understand about the long-term value of prevention, and I didn't know it at the time. But I had the ability as a 17-year-old to help shape policy and change outcomes. I also had the opportunity to speak on local news channels to spread awareness on Drug Take-Back Day and the importance of safe drug disposal. And perhaps most importantly, I had the opportunity to work alongside many youth across Connecticut who are just as passionate about prevention. Together, we've built a network of young leaders fighting for healthier, safer communities. A key part of my journey in prevention advocacy has been the invaluable mentorship I've received along the way. At GPP, I'm fortunate to have mentors who believed in my voice and guided me through complex policy discussions and community advocacy. Mentorship doesn't just build leaders, it creates a ripple effect of empowerment and change. The guidance I received gave me the confidence to step up, take initiative, and lead projects that made a difference. It reminded me that while prevention starts with awareness, mentorship is what sustains the movement by nurturing the next generation of advocates. Addressing substance misuse requires us to think locally and act globally, while keeping in mind we are all interconnected in this fight, and the core values remain the same. Access to resources, education, and most importantly, compassion. It's not going to be an easy task, but we can and we must help each other in prevention. Thank you to DEMAS in Connecticut for being on the front lines of prevention, not just in our state, but nationally.
I don't know how I'm following Neha. I got to get to work. She's got me by like 31 years, so I don't know if that's going to work out for me time-wise. You take opportunities when asked to be of service, and in doing that and getting to speak this morning, I got to hear that young woman's story. Right there in front of me. All of us back there behind that waiting for this to happen. We're locked in on the screen because of her and what she's trying to accomplish and what it means to be a part of something bigger than yourself.